Okay, for second question, say I'm still confused and not really understand on the data file part. But with example, more tutorial searching, I think I can understand that part. Yes, for data file, I think you need to explore a little bit because actually it's a kind of advanced thing. Okay, what I show before is when you apply the scanf. Okay, that is related to when the scanf will waiting the user to key in something, and once you press enter, it will that will be that function scanf will become the input, means that that data will transfer into any variable that you, any desired variables that you want. Okay, you put scanf and then you put percentage f, like the examples there. Okay, percentage f uh, and x2, it will transfer that value into x2. So that is the one function represent input for your C programming. And printf is output, meaning it will display any data that you 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 put it here. It will display that data directly into your GUI or your screen here. Okay, that is one way, the communication between input and output, where that is how the C programming communicate with the user. Okay, another way is using this format. Okay, data file. Okay, what is data file? The mechanism is similar. The difference is just, you can see the difference is the name. Okay, instead of scanf and printf, there's a alphabet F there in front of scanf. Scanf, F printf, meaning that this function, these two function is used to as the input and output for C programming, but now it's not communicating with your screen, but it communicating into, connecting the program that you design with some file, means that the data that this programming obtained is not from the screen, it's obtained from the file. Okay, if the program want to print something, it does not print into your screen, it will only print into your file, meaning it write at some file. Okay, one example is you can use, if you, I think this one can be, you can Google, there's a lot of source in internet. Okay, I show you once, which is this one. I just search here. Okay, if you search C programming F open, okay, there's a lot of website. Okay, I just click one. This is one of the good website. Okay, Geek for Geeks, Tutorial Point, and some other. Okay, you can see that F open. Okay, I don't want to discuss F open first. You can see that okay, don't discuss F open first. I just want to discuss about F scan F first. Okay, F scan F. Yep, Tutorial Points is also okay. One of his website, that's good. Okay, you go to the examples there. As you can see that F scan F over here is actually is not read the key, the data that key in by user to the screen, but actually is read from the data of some data which is come from some file, where that file is actually is in this variable fp. Okay, what is fp? Fp is a variable that stores some information about the handle of this file txt. So of course, if you see file txt, this can be generate, or it can be can be created by using your notepad. Okay, you just take some file, and then you open your notepad, and then you create the name called file txt, and then you just calling that file, or open that file by, if you want to open that file from your C programming, then you can use fopen that. Okay, once you use the function fopen, actually you will create this file, and this W plus, there's a something there, there's a symbol there. That's why you must go to, you need to understand what is f open first. Okay, okay, don't just get confused there. I just want to get get that try to make sure that it's clear. Okay, of course the function of f open, if you are using the f open, then actually you are opening some file that exists in your hard disk. Okay, something like that. Or if the file is not exist, then you can create a new file where that file is will be named as a file txt, like the one that you see before. Okay, okay, back to this example there, the example of fscanf. You see, the first thing that these things do is that, okay, the type of this variable is actually the star there is called pointer. Okay, later we will discuss about the pointer. All you need to understand is that in order for you to store some variables, where that variable store the handle of or the information about the file, actually you need some variable there. Okay, you can name any names there, but the type of this variable is file. Okay, that is the things that you need to do to handle some file. And then once you create or declare these variables, then in order to be set this fp to handle certain file, then you need to use a f open, which will opens the function is to open the file, and the file, where is the location of the file? This file should be exist in your hard disk or in your memory in your computer. Okay, that's why this file should be there. Let's say the file is not there, that's why you need to understand this status. Okay, if you want to understand this status, then you can search fopen. So I just search fopen, so you can go to what is how to operate the fopen. You can see there's a symbol there. So w plus, okay, is the mode. Okay, it's a kind of mode. So so the description of this w plus mode is create an empty file for both reading and writing. Meaning that if you hard disk if this file is not exist in your memory location or in your hard disk, then by using w plus, it will create the new file. Okay, create the empty file, and you can read through that file, or you can write to that file. So when you read the file, or means is your programming is read some information from that file, that is where you are using the fscanf. But if you write something to that file, that is fprintf. So now the communications there is between your algorithm and file, it's not between your algorithm and screen. Okay, if you talk about printf and scanf, it will scan from the screen, and that is scanf, and printf is print the data from the computer or from your algorithm into the screen. But now fscanf and print-scanf is input and output of your C programming, where that data is connection between your program and the file, and that file in this case, okay, in this case, that is the file. Okay, file.txt. So by relating this thing with the slide that have been discussed by in the previous video lectures, okay, so that is the purpose there. Okay, printf and scanf, how to use it is similar to fprintf and fprintf and fscanf. How to use it is similar to scanf and printf. The difference is that if this function is special, it will be used specially if you are open file, meaning that if you are using fopen, because this is the one that to be read and write your file, is not read and write your screen. Okay, that's why there's the alphabet F in front of it. Okay, it must be used after you use the fopen, because if there is no file, there's no meaning to it's meaningless to use this function. This function is only can be operated once you open some file. So that's why in this example they are using distance.dat. Okay, that is one of the format to store the data, but in this example they directly using the notepad format. Okay, you just file .txt, then you can read the file, or if there's an existing file, you can also open, and then you can printf. I'm sorry, printf. It will print the or write any data into that file. Okay, maybe if you cannot if you still fail, I'm not saying you fail, if you are still don't clear about it, maybe you can request to me to give some examples there, but this one I hope you can try to explore by yourself, because there are a lot of source in the internet on how you to use this fopen, fclose, fscanf, and fprintf. These are 4 functions that you need to learn in order for you to do the data operation, or do some input output between your algorithm and the file. Okay, it's not between your algorithm and the screen, but between your algorithm and the file, any files there. But one of the practical example to access file is through the txt type file, because that is a, you can write it by using your notepad, you can open it by using your notepad.